The moment that broke the internet, when Maurice Sam finally showed his cards. You know that feeling when you've been watching two people dance around each other for months, dropping hints like breadcrumbs, and you're sitting there screaming at your screen because the chemistry is so obvious it could power a small city. Well, buckle up, because what just happened between Maurice Sam and Sonia Uche is about to make you believe in love again, or at least make you desperately want someone to look at you the way Maurice looks at Sonia. I'm talking about the kind of look that could melt chocolate, the kind of gaze that makes you forget your own name. And honey, when I tell you the internet lost its collective mind over Sonia's latest picture and what followed, I mean people were typing in all caps, using every heart emoji known to humanity, and probably lying face down on their floors wondering why their own love lives aren't this cinematic. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and prepare yourself for a love story that's unfolding right before our very eyes, complete with social media receipts and enough romantic tension to write a whole Netflix series. Sonia Uche decided to wake up one morning and choose absolute chaos, because she posted a picture that sent shockwaves through social media faster than you can say relationship goals. The comment section erupted like a volcano of emotions, with everyone and their grandmother suddenly having an opinion about her relationship with Maurice Sam. Now, if you've been living under a rock or perhaps just minding your business like a normal person, you might be wondering what the big deal is. But trust me, this wasn't just any picture. This was the kind of post that makes people stop mid-scroll, do a double take, and immediately start texting their friends with screenshots. The reactions came flooding in from every corner of the internet, and suddenly everyone was a relationship expert, analyzing every pixel of that photo like they were detectives solving the case of the century. People were tagging their friends, sharing it to their stories, and basically turning Sonia's comment section into the hottest gossip spot on the internet. Maurice Sam, who everyone has affectionately started calling our husband because apparently we are all in a collective relationship with this man now, became the center of attention so fast it would make your head spin. The way people were reacting, you'd think he'd just won an Oscar or discovered the cure for heartbreak. Every post, every comment, every little interaction was being dissected with the precision of a surgeon, and the verdict was unanimous: this man is completely, utterly, hopelessly head over heels. The energy in those reactions was incredible. People were celebrating, teasing, rejoicing, and living vicariously through whatever was happening between these two. You could practically feel the collective swoon of thousands of people all experiencing butterflies at the same time. It's the kind of reaction that makes you realize how starved we all are for genuine romance in this age of situationships and talking stages that go nowhere. Then came the video that changed everything, the smoking gun, the evidence that defense attorneys dream about and prosecutors live for. Someone managed to unearth this absolute gem showing Maurice Sam in all his smitten glory, showing Sonia off like she's the eighth wonder of the world and declaring with the confidence of a man who's found his purpose that all his money is for Sonia. Can we just pause for a moment and appreciate the audacity, the boldness, the sheer romantic bravado of that statement? In a world where people can't even decide what to eat for dinner, this man stood up and announced his devotion with his whole chest. The video spread like wildfire, getting shared and reshared, with people adding their own commentary, their own reactions, their own wish list for the universe to send them someone who would make such declarations about them. It was the kind of content that makes you want to send it to your ex just to show them what they're missing, or forward it to your current partner with the caption, "Taking notes." The excitement over finding and sharing this video was palpable, contagious even. There's something uniquely satisfying about stumbling upon content that's so good, so pure, so entertaining that you immediately need to share it with the world. It's like finding buried treasure or discovering the last slice of pizza in the fridge when you thought it was all gone. The energy was electric, with people racing to be the first to post it, to comment on it, to dissect every frame and every word. This wasn't just about sharing a video, it was about being part of a moment, being part of something that felt bigger than just celebrity gossip. It was about witnessing what looks like genuine affection in an industry where PR relationships and stage moments are more common than actual feelings. The joy was real, the excitement was authentic, and everyone wanted a piece of this beautiful story unfolding before our eyes. Now let's talk about that picture of Sonia snapping in pink, because when I say she looked stunning, I mean the kind of stunning that makes you question your own life choices and wonder if you should maybe step up your wardrobe game. The woman was absolutely glowing, radiating confidence and beauty in a way that could only come from someone who knows they are loved and cherished. That pink outfit wasn't just fabric and thread, it was a statement, a mood, a whole vibe that said, "I'm living my best life and you're all invited to watch." The picture alone would have been enough to get people talking, but combined with everything else happening between her and Maurice, it became the catalyst for a full-blown social media event. People were zooming in, saving the photo, using it as inspiration for their own looks, and generally treating it like a masterclass in how to serve looks while simultaneously serving relationship goals. The playful commentary started rolling in about people desperately wanting a partner who would show them off publicly the way Maurice was showcasing Sonia, and honestly, that's the most relatable content we've seen in ages. Who among us hasn't scrolled through social media watching other people's relationships and thought, yeah, I want that energy? There's something so endearing about a man who isn't afraid to let the whole world know exactly who has his heart, who isn't playing it cool or trying to maintain some mysterious image. In an era where people keep their relationships private to the point of making you wonder if their partner is actually in witness protection, Maurice's public displays of affection feel refreshingly honest and beautifully unguarded. The comments were filled with people jokingly demanding their own Maurice, creating vision boards, and probably lighting candles in hopes that the universe would send them someone who looks at them with even half the adoration Maurice shows Sonia. For those just discovering this unfolding love story, welcome to the ride of your life. You're about to fall down a rabbit hole of romantic content that will make your heart do gymnastics. The call for new viewers to subscribe, like, and turn on those post notifications isn't just about numbers or algorithms, it's about building a community of people who collectively want to witness this beautiful thing unfold. There's something special about being part of a group that's all rooting for the same couple, all invested in the same story, all waiting for the next chapter with bated breath. It's like being part of a fandom, except instead of a TV show or a book series, we are all emotionally invested in real people finding real happiness together. The energy is infectious, the excitement is genuine, and honestly, in a world that can feel pretty dark sometimes, having something this sweet and wholesome to follow is like a breath of fresh air. The gratitude extended to returning subscribers hits different because these are the real ones, the day ones who've been watching this relationship develop from the very beginning. They've seen the subtle hints, the lingering glances in videos, the carefully worded comments, and now they're getting to witness everything come full circle. There's a special bond between creators and viewers who've been on this journey together, who remember when things were still in the "are they or aren't they" phase, and who are now celebrating what looks like a confirmed, publicly acknowledged relationship. These returning viewers aren't just passive observers, they're invested stakeholders who've been shipping this couple before shipping was even officially a thing, who've defended them in comment sections, and who've held on to hope that their favorite on-screen chemistry was translating into real life. The promise that viewers should get ready to smile, blush, and fall in love with the romantic video that's about to be discussed isn't just marketing speak, it's a genuine warning that your heart might not be prepared for the level of sweetness you're about to witness. This is the kind of content that makes you feel emotions you didn't know you were capable of feeling on a random Tuesday afternoon. You'll find yourself grinning at your screen like a fool, possibly making involuntary word sounds that concern any pets or roommates in your vicinity, and definitely adding this video to your mental collection of relationship goals, content that you think about at 2 a.m. when you can't sleep. The build-up is intentional because what follows is genuinely worth getting excited about, worth clearing your mind of distractions for, worth giving your full attention to. Maurice Sam's apparent deep dive into being publicly in love with Sonia Uche represents a shift that people have been waiting for, hoping for, and frankly, deserving to see. For the longest time, there were hints and suggestions, moments that made people wonder and speculate, but nothing concrete, nothing definitive. But now we're seeing a man who's decided that hiding his feelings is overrated and that the woman he adores deserves to be celebrated openly and loudly. There's something profoundly moving about watching someone step into their feelings without reservation, without fear of judgment, without worrying about maintaining some cool, detached image. It's the kind of vulnerability and authenticity that's becoming increasingly rare in our overly curated social media landscape, where everyone's trying so hard to look effortless that they forget to be genuine. The context of Sonia having previously posted Maurice as her everyday crush adds layers to this story that make it even more compelling, like finding out your favorite movie has a sequel you didn't know existed. That post was a moment in itself, a bold declaration that had people talking and theorizing about whether those feelings were reciprocated. Now, seeing Maurice essentially return that energy and mirror that public affection feels like watching a perfectly written romance where both characters finally get on the same page. It's the kind of mutual acknowledgement that makes you want to stand up and applaud, because how often do we see crushes actually work out? How often does someone publicly claim you as their crush and then you get to respond by showing them off to the world? This is real-life romance novel material, the stuff that gives people hope that their own bold declarations of interest might actually lead somewhere beautiful. The mutuality of their affection is perhaps the most heartwarming aspect of this entire situation, because there's nothing worse than watching a one-sided relationship play out where one person is clearly more invested than the other. But this is balanced, reciprocal, and beautifully equal in terms of energy and enthusiasm. The video evidence showing both of them recording each other speaks volumes about the genuine nature of their connection. They're not just playing to cameras or putting on a show for social media. They are two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company, who want to capture moments with each other, who are creating memories together and choosing to share those moments with their audience. It's the difference between a stage photo shoot and candid snapshots of real life, between performing a relationship and actually living one. The song playing in the background, All My Ego Is For You, wasn't just random background music, it was a soundtrack to a moment, a declaration set to melody, a thesis statement about Maurice's feelings wrapped in rhythm and lyrics. Music has this incredible power to amplify emotions and add layers of meaning to moments, and whoever chose that particular song knew exactly what they were doing. It's the kind of lyric that makes you stop and really listen, that makes you rewind to hear again, that makes you think about what it means to dedicate not just your time or your attention but your very ego to someone else. In a world where ego often gets in the way of relationships, where pride prevents apologies and defensiveness blocks communication, the idea of surrendering that ego to another person is profoundly romantic and deeply significant. The way Maurice looked at Sonia in these videos has become the stuff of internet legend, the kind of gaze that gets analyzed frame by frame and turned into reaction images and memes about how I want someone to look at me. Those romantic eyes everyone keeps talking about aren't just about physical attraction, they're about admiration, respect, genuine affection, and a whole lot of I can't believe I get to be with you energy. It's the look of someone who's not just physically present but emotionally invested, mentally engaged, and spiritually connected. You can tell when someone's just going through the motions versus when they're looking at someone like that person hung the moon and star specifically for them. Maurice's expression in those videos radiates the kind of affection that can't be faked or manufactured for content. It's too authentic, too unguarded, too vulnerable to be anything but real. The authenticity of the couple's videos being personally recorded and posted by them rather than by crew members or professional photographers adds credibility that stage content could never achieve. In an industry where so much is carefully crafted, meticulously planned, and strategically executed by teams of people, seeing content that's clearly created by the couple themselves feels refreshingly genuine. There's something beautifully intimate about knowing that these aren't professional shots with perfect lighting and multiple takes. These are real moments captured on personal devices, shared because they wanted to, not because a marketing team decided it would be good for their brand. It's the difference between watching a documentary and seeing home videos, between reading a press release and reading someone's diary. The rawness, the imperfection, the realness of it all is what makes it so compelling and believable. The collective joy and excitement about this couple's chemistry and visible affection has created a whole community of people who are emotionally invested in their happiness, which might sound dramatic but is actually quite beautiful. In a world where negativity often dominates comment sections and cynicism is the default mode, seeing thousands of people genuinely celebrating someone else's relationship and rooting for their happiness is restorative. The chemistry between Maurice and Sonia isn't just visible, it's palpable, tangible, the kind of energy that translates through screens and makes you feel like you're witnessing something special. Their affection for each other is so evident that it becomes contagious, making viewers feel hopeful about love, optimistic about relationships, and maybe even a little bit braver about pursuing their own connections. The conclusion that this proves something real is going on between Maurice Sam and Sonia Uche isn't just speculation or wishful thinking, it's an assessment based on accumulated evidence, observed patterns, and the unmistakable authenticity of their interactions. When you put all the pieces together, the public declarations, the mutual affection, the way they look at each other, the songs they choose, the moments they share, the picture that emerges is one of a genuine relationship that's developed organically and is now being celebrated openly. This isn't a PR stunt or a publicity relationship designed to boost followers or generate buzz. This is two people who found something real with each other and are now confident enough in that connection to let the world see it, to share their happiness, to be vulnerable in the public eye. And honestly, that takes courage, especially in an industry where every relationship is scrutinized, criticized, and often torn apart by people who've never experienced that level of connection themselves. So here's the deal, beautiful people, if you've made it this far, you're clearly invested in this love story, and I need you to do something for me, for us, really, because we are all in this together now. Smash that subscribe button like it personally offended you, hit that like button until your finger hurts, and turn on those post notifications because you do not want to miss a single update about Maurice and Sonia's journey. Drop a comment telling me if you've ever had someone show you off like Maurice shows off Sonia, or if you're still waiting for your own "all my money is for you" moment. Share this with that friend who needs to believe in love again, tag your person and tell them you expect this level of devotion, or just spread the joy because we could all use more beautiful love stories in our lives. This is just the beginning, and trust me when I say you want to be here for every chapter of this romance. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll probably all be crying happy tears together again. Now go forth and demand the kind of love that makes the internet lose its mind. You deserve nothing less.